Yo, what's good? It's your boy Big Bain in this thing. Hey, check this out before we jump into the awesomeness, right? Need y'all to check me out on all my social platforms. I'm pretty much on everything. Check me out on SoundCloud, Patreon, BeatStars, all the streaming services. My official website, forexwithbain.com. That's where you can join my Discord. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, all right? Let's get right into it. Keep trading. Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Bain Break It Down Forex. It's your boy Big Bain in this thing, and you guys guessed it. Another week, another opportunity for us to make some money in the Forex market. Let's get right to it. All right, boom, over on the dollar, guys. I'm bullish. Simple as that. We had a nice drop, came into this demand zone. When we get to the lower time frame, let's say like the hour, all right, you guys can see that we're starting to slowly get that shift from bearish to bullish. Right, here's our break of structure, right, or change of character rather, from down to up. All right, and we're simply pulling back as we ended the week on Friday, right, to the trend line that we broke. So I'm expecting the dollar to rise and to get up to the supply areas that we see on the higher time frame. All right, but even here on the lower time frame, it still is a promising move to the upside, right? Looking at 105 as the first stop, and then potentially getting to 107 after that. All right, so again, just from a higher time frame, we got great structure of the dollar pushing into a major demand area and changing structure from down to up. So right out the gate, guys, I'm expecting the dollar to rise this week. All right, so bullish on the dollar. Moving over to our dollar, all nice and beautiful. Again, we broke the high, made the new high, started pulling back, found demand, pushed up, but we did not break that high. So supply came in and it's hovering, or it's consolidating at this moment. But you can see one hit, two hit, is the third hit, right? Sort of a triple top, if you will, right? It's not official triple top, but I'm just letting you know that the highs, every time it tries to go and break these highs, it's having a hard time, right? Maybe it'll do it, maybe it won't, but because the dollar is bullish, I'll be looking to sell the odd dollar. All right, I got 45 pips on the stop loss, 120 pips on the take profit down to these demand levels. Bearish on the odd dollar. Over the euro dollar, same exact thing. We've been waiting on this for a long time. There's been a whole lot of consolidation, a little pushing up, a little pushing down, but not much of anything since we got this major push up to the supply area. All right, but I am expecting us to get that drop coming into the week. As you can see, my team already sold it, right? But we just haven't had that major drop just yet to happen on the euro dollar. But I do believe it's going to happen this week. All right, bearish on the euro dollar. Over to pound dollar, same exact thing. We broke a high, went and made the new high, and now we're slowly but surely starting to pull back. And again, you guys can see we're already in that position for it to drop about 217 pips to the downside, which is the 22 pip stop. If you get in, this week, right, our stop is up here, so we're roughly 40, 50, 60 pips maybe. But if you get in, starting in the beginning of the week, you can get away with getting above this high for just about 20, to 30 pips roughly. All right, and you can make a good 200 and some odd pips to the downside, right? And it's still more imbalanced down here to where we have this demand area, so we could easily get 300 pips out of selling pound dollar. I'm bearish on pound dollar. All right, New Zealand dollar, same exact thing as its brothers and sisters, right? Even though it's the stepchild of the family, right? We got it pushing down, right, for about 200 pips to this demand level. And excuse me, and from there we could rise and begin to break that high. But for now, bearish on New Zealand dollar. All right, over to dollar CAD. All right, all the tariffs talk, it seems like it's going to be tariffs here and tariffs there, but before you know it, there's tariffs nowhere, right? It was just all a big bluff. Okay, so with that being said, I am expecting the dollar to push down a little bit to this fair value gap in this demand area and then rise up to this high that it made. All right, because the dollar does seem bullish at the moment. So with that, I got a 1 to 4 risk to reward, risking 50 pips to make 217. Bullish on the dollar CAD. all right, over to dollar CHF. Now this one looked at, pretty bearish from a market structure standpoint, right? We broke the low, we made the new low, and we pulled back, and this even looks like a bit of a rising wedge, if you will, into the area that we previously broke. So it looks like it wants to go down, right, just from that chart pattern standpoint. But if we go to like the lower time frame, what you guys will notice is that we're steady making uptrend structure on that wedge. All right, so we just broke this high here, right, and we pulled back, and now we're starting to rise up as it found a demand level from the lower time frame. So maybe on the 15 will give us some justice. There it is, right? So again, breaking this high right above here, did the pullback to the demand area and starting to rise. So I'm taking a long position on dollar CHF. Again, this typically lines up with the dollar, fairly well. All right, so trying to take it all the way up for 73 pips, just risking 11 pips on this play, guys. I'm bullish on dollar CHF. All right, moving over to dollar JPY, and let's get down. I am bullish on dollar JPY. I do expect it to push down to this fair value gap. You guys probably see it better here on the 2 hour. All right, there it is. So this fair value gap that sits here, and then demand right below it is where I expect the dollar JPY to, kind of push down to, and then the dollar JPY push down to, and then rise up. But it may not do that, right? It may not tap into the fair value gap. This is sort of a bit of a demand level here that it's already tapped into and started to rise, so we might just get it to rise right out the gate. Either way, I'm bullish on dollar JPY. All right, over to pound odd, and basically what I see here, when we broke this high, I made the new high, so we're really bullish overall, right? But we started the pullback, right, where price broke this low and it's getting into these demand areas. What I'm expecting first is for price to push down, grab this imbalance as well as that demand, right, and then rise up to supply, and then I expect it to turn around from supply and push right back down. All right, so bullish initially on pound odd, right, even though it may just drop right here, right, and then rise, but just overall bullish on the first move. But if we get up to the supply area, like let's just say we push up to it right out the gate, then I'm definitely going to be looking to sell it from this area, right, with just a 30 pip stop, looking to make 123 pips to the downside. All right, so bullish and then bearish on pound odd, right? Two good opportunities to take it both ways. All right, over to pound CAD, and again, I'm expecting it just broke this low, so a pullback is expected to this supply area, this fair value gap, or maybe even this high, right? That pullback is expected, but I think we're going to drop first, and then we're going to rise to get that continuation, right? This is all of this has been the pullback, right, to this up move. So by the time we get to this demand level, we should rock and roll to the upside for 170 pips, risking 40 pips. All right, bullish on pound CAD. All right, pound CHF, and you guys can see a beautiful wedge, right? What I expect is for price to push up, sweep buy side liquidity, tap into supply. Our sell limit will be set in this area, and then we'll be getting in for a sell, right, with our stops right above the supply area, 34 pips, and take profit at 148 pips to this demand level. This is a very, very good play, guys. So again, you can try to catch it up, right, as the week begins, and then catch it falling, or don't worry about it until it just gets to here and look for that drop. All right, bearish on pound CHF. All right, pound JPY, right, GJ, right. So again, we broke this bit of a high here with this trend line, pushed up, and then we pull back to that demand level. We're starting to rise. I think we're going to continue to rise all the way up to this previous high that was sometime in the past for about 244 pips, risking about 105 pips to the downside. You might be able to get away with the like a 50-60 pip stop like underneath here, but again, it's your prerogative, right? I just think where my stop is, I'm a little bit safer for the trade to play out, without any funny business of pulling back. So I'm bullish on pound JPY. All right, pound New Zealand. All right, very, very good setup. All right, this should be a play of the week. Might as well buy it right out the gate. All right, tight stop of 55 pips, making 218 to the top. turn around and sell it from the supply area, coming right back down for another 259 pips, guys. Pound New Zealand has everything you need to succeed. Bullish on it first, bearish on it second. Don't sleep on the beat. All right, Pound New Zealand going both ways. All right. Over to crude oil, we had a nice break of the high right here, making that new high, pulling back into demand, and now we're slowly but surely creeping back up. I think we're gonna at least get to this swing high, possibly the supply area, because there's a huge imbalance right here. So I'm bullish on oil. All right, over to silver. All right, in silver, I'm expecting it to drop first to balance out the fair value gaps, tap into demand, and then potentially come and hunt this fair value gap to balance out as well. From there, I'm going to be expecting silver to rise from these areas. All right, so bearish on silver initially, with the dollar looking pretty bullish, right? And then afterwards, I'll be bullish on silver, all right, which the dollar will probably do some sort of pullback, and we'll be able to catch that. All right, that's silver. Over to gold, I'm bearish, right? Gold went and made new all-time highs, hitting over 3 bands, right? Now it's getting ready to do its pullback, right? Huge fair value gap here, demand here, get fair value gaps to the downside. So I'm looking to sell it, risking 25-point move or 60-point move, 1 to 2 on gold. I'm bearish. All right, over to natural gas, same exact thing. We just broke this low, engineered some liquidity here right above or right below this fair value gap in supply area. So we're most likely going to go and get this liquidity here. All right, we're going to tap into the fair value gap, and then we're going to drop. I'm bearish on gas, not NAS. All right. SPY, the big dogs, right? So I do believe we do have room to push up to supply, but I think we're going to drop first because the dollar looks bullish, right? And then when we get to this level of demand, that's where we're going to rise back up, potentially to this area that we broke, or to any of this fair value gap or supply that sits near the top, guys. All right, so 163 points going down, 208 coming back up on SPY. So bearish initially and then bullish. All right, over to NAS. All right, and this is a huge play because I am expecting, it is potential for it to drop right where it is, right? But if it happens to gravitate up to this fair value gap in the supply area and then come down, we're looking at easily 1,000-point move, just risking 295 pips. So I'm bearish on NAS, right? And I really want to see this play, work out, because this is just a really good setup for the risk to reward, right? 1 to 3, almost 4, and getting 1,000 points is huge on any lot size that you take out on NAS. All right, but bearish on NAS. Last but not least, US 30, and I'm bullish. All right, I expect us to tap into this fair value gap, so push down a bit and then rise up. Right now, we could still just go all the way down because the dollar is bullish, but again, I'm just going off of the break here, so there's a pullback expected. But I think once we get in here, we may go ahead and push up to this fair value gap to balance that out, and then we'll see about falling from there. All right, but this week, guys, we got a lot of great setups. Hope you guys don't miss out. All right, and if there's any pair you want to talk about, make sure to drop it in the comments, let me know, and we'll review it. All right, but in the meantime, in between time, y'all know what it is. It's your boy. Peace.
Wanna get money? Wanna get paid? That's Forex. Like a sensei, then you know you gotta come and swing my way. And if you wanna fast forward here, replay.